Yes, everybody, welcome back to the Shoestring Budget Podcast. There's no Jordan today because he's busy doing things, but I'm here with Dwight. How are you, Dwight?
I'm not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
So, England, what are your thoughts on the tournament so far?
I'm quite impressed. I mean, I wasn't happy after the USA game, but a part of me wants to say, but I don't want to jinx us. But it's coming home.
That's what we all hope. To be fair, to be honest, I think we've got a good chance. To be fair,
Well, I think we all we're one of the favourites. It's between England, Brazil, Argentina, and Portugal. We're like the top four favourites to win it.
but I'll be honest, right?
But
I don't think I've seen a team that's like properly impressed me so far this tournament. Like, I don't think France have, and I don't even think Brazil have. They've played all mediocre football.
France lost today against Tunisia, 1-0.
Yeah, I saw that. That surprised me, to be fair. But again, they are already through, so I think they probably weren't bothered that much.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, I've watched all of England's games, so I can't really comment on other teams. But from what I've seen of England, we are really strong. I mean, Maguire's playing out like absolutely amazing just lately.
Yeah, I know. He's been pretty decent, to be fair. I can't say anything bad about Maguire. I mean, yesterday when he was playing against Wales, he had that little bit of a run that he did, and he shot, and it went out for a throw-in. But yeah, it is what it is. But Katie's in the chat. Hey, Katie.
Hi.
So what do you make of us so far from the first 3 games?
See, I wasn't. Iran, I expected us to win. I did expect us to sort of win with ease, which we did. So I wasn't really over the moon because it was sort of expected. But the other 2 games we played well. We dominated the game, but against USA we just couldn't find the back of the net. But Wales, I think overall we've played.
That game did me head in. That USA game, I really wanted to beat USA.
Yeah, so. But you can't win them all.
No, obviously not. But it would have been nice to. Yeah, like Katie just said, the United boys are smashing it in the World Cup. Bruno, Rashford, Casemiro, and in brackets, Gakpo.
Yeah. See, now, going slightly off England and with the Gakpo situation, I hope we get him soon, if we do get him, because, I mean, I think I mentioned it to you the other day, Tom. In his current contract, he got a buyout clause for 35 mil. Now, PSV have valued him at around 80 mil. So if they offer him a new contract and he signs, then that buyout clause is obviously gone. So I hope we, move on him pretty quickly.
His price is just going to keep going up and up, though. That's the thing.
I know.
But United need to move fast, really, if we want to get Gakpo, because I'd love to have Gakpo at United, especially with us potentially having some new owners soon. I feel like if we had the proper financial backing, then we could get whoever Erik ten Hag wanted.
Yeah.
But one person that's really impressed me so far for England is Rashford. He's been unreal. The free kick yesterday was naughty, and then his second goal when he took everybody on. Well, to say everybody, like a couple of defenders on. That goal reminded me of the one he scored against Brighton.
Yeah, where he just sat down, like Ben White and everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was...
Katie put who we reckoning will win the World Cup anyway. Now let's not be biased, but obviously if you think it's going to be England, then say it's going to be England. But I don't see a reason why we can't win it. especially with how we played yesterday against Wales.
I'd love for England to win the World Cup. I really would, but I think, if I'm being brutally honest, I don't think we will. I think we'll go semis. I really hope England win it, but I'd probably say Brazil.
But Brazil, every time I've watched Brazil do this World Cup, they haven't really impressed me as much as I thought.
I know. I think it's... See, the thing is with Brazil is they can't perform to the best without Neymar.
Yeah,
like, they really struggle without him.
That's a big blow. But then again, is it can you just keep relying on one player to win your games?
Yeah, you can't. You've got to play as a team. It's like us. If we lost, like if England lost, I don't know, like Rashford, we've still got Foden, we've still got Harry Kane, we've still got other players there.
I wouldn't mind losing Mount
Or
Jordan Henderson.
Oh, Kate's just put. Also, how do we feel about Ronaldo taking the glory for
get
Bruno's
out.
goal?
Honestly, get out. Ronaldo, mate. See, it even went. It went that far. That FIFA, I think it was, or Portuguese, or something along that lines, had to like proper get in on it and see the footage properly and use all this technology to see if it was actually Ronaldo's goal. Like, why is it gone that far? He honestly, did you see that he texted Piers Morgan straight after?
No, I didn't see about that.
As soon as the game finished, Ronaldo went into the dressing room and texted Piers Morgan about it, saying it was his goal or whatever.
Well, I read earlier today, that they've done all the review, they've done all this technology, and Ronaldo did not get a single touch on the ball, so it gone down as Bruno's goal.
Rightfully so, because you can see that he didn't touch Ronaldo. Like, why is it such a? He's beginning to really make people turn on him and dislike him. I think Ronaldo is at the minute because of the way he's acting.
Yeah, I think he's getting a bit too greedy. He wants to remain at the top, like he wants to be better than everyone. And
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. This has obviously been a debate for ages, Messi v Ronaldo, but right now Messi is still killing it.
Yeah, like this season alone, I think he's almost touching like 35 goal contributions. That's for Argentina and PSG.
Yeah.
I think he scored like 18 goals.
Who, Messi?
Yeah, he scored a lot of goals. He's like double figures for goals, and then like got like 8 assists. And then obviously that's just for PSG alone. But I don't know about Argentina. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he's quite high up there.
Either way, he's. Well, Katie's just put. I never liked him before, to be honest, but he has really pushed it too far now.
Is it with Ronaldo? I think it's. I love Ronaldo, I do, but I think over these past, say, 5-6 months, I think he's realising that the age is starting to get to him. He's slowing down. He's not the player he used to be, and he's desperate to remain on top, and he's becoming desperate.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing, though.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we will never know what's going on with Ronaldo. Realistically.
Oh, we won't, because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, or
that's
anything like that.
But back to the World Cup, I believe England are really going to go far, but I still think Brazil are going to win it.
I think we could reach the final. If we don't win it, you know what? I'll still be happy. But I do think we could reach the final. depending on how like the other teams go, like, and I mean like in terms of performance, because if Brazil pick up their performance and France pick up their performance, I can see them two being in the final. But
Yeah.
I think if England, because England last night played really well, probably the best I've seen, one of the best performances I've seen so far this World Cup from any team. Baby's awake.
Yeah.
Sorry if you can hear the baby, she's just woke up.
But I mean, England played unreal. Like, I saw this video of this guy reacting to like highlights of the England game earlier, and Joe Allen obviously had that late shot in the first half.
Yeah.
In stoppage time, and Pickford knew that. Like, Pickford fully knew that shot was going over, and he dived, and he did a proper Ramsdale camera shot dive, and the guy reacting to the highlights was just like, you know, we're that good when Pickford's mocking it. I was just
I love
like,
Jordan
yeah.
Pickford. He's terrible for Everton, but for England he's amazing. Same as Harry Maguire. Terrible for Man United, but for England he's solid.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I don't know what he did.
For England, I can't fault Harry Maguire. This whole tournament, I can't say a bad thing about him.
I mean, there were times during the USA game where they come quite close, and if it wasn't for Harry Maguire, we would have conceded.
Oh yeah, because they had like 5-6 corners in a row or something like that, and Maguire headed every single one away.
Yeah, literally. And I think one of them, they crossed it, and there was no one on the back post, and he was falling directly to a USA player. And I think Maguire got like the smallest of headers just to knock it past him.
Yeah, he was class.
Scary time.
Yeah, Rich has just put England have got a chance, and I do think I think they do.
I think they do, but I don't know.
I've got to back them. I think they do have a really good chance. Because this is
the thing is
last night against Wales. Like I say, it was one of the best performances I've seen from any team this World Cup.
The thing is with England is they always disappoint me. I always go into every tournament with high hopes, and they disappoint
to be
me.
fair,
but
they didn't disappoint in the Euros. Let's be honest. They lost on penalties, and it's not that's not a how do I say it? That's not a normal loss. Like, that's just 50-50 or whatever. You know, technically.
Yeah, it all comes down to, like, you know, luck. I think penalties is like.
Yeah, 100%.
It is down to luck. I mean, even that game though against Italy in the Euros final, we outplayed Italy.
Yeah.
Like, we got an early goal.
The second half, they did come out with their shell a bit, but you know, it was still a solid performance. You know, and as much as I wish that we'd won, you know, we didn't. You can't keep going back on that. So it is what it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, so far, I think England are favourites. They're running it up, but I just don't. I don't want to say we're going to win it because I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up just to have it, you know. If I get my hopes up, I know I'm going to come out of this really upset and, you know, heartbroken again.
Well,
but I really
Rich
hope England do win it.
Spain look the best, but England players have a lot of experience now for a young team. Germany 2-0, Ukraine 4-0. Euros were good. Yeah. So Spain. I forgot about Spain.
The thing is with Spain is, it's like Rich just put, England players have a lot of experience now for a young team, where Spain have got a relatively young team, but they haven't got the experience.
Yeah.
Like they've took like some midfielders. Pedri, who's like 18, he's not too bad. They've took Gavi, who's, I'd say, bang average at best. They've got Ferran Torres, who's performing quite well. He's still only 22, 23.
Yeah, true.
They've got Ansu Fati, who's like 18, 19. They've got young players, and they're not doing too bad, but they haven't got the experience, the quality.
Ferran Torres is good.
Yeah.
The thing is for me again for Spain, they look good, but they're also shaky because what we think about when we listen to teams like Spain and Germany and stuff like that. We always think of them from the past.
Yeah, like I agree with that because like if someone turned to me and went, "Oh, Germany, they're doing well," but then the first couple of players that come into my head are like the likes of like Royce. I know Royce isn't at the World Cup with Germany now, but it's Royce, Muller, Matt Hummels, Philip Lahm. You've got all these players, and I've realised that half of these players are in the late 30s or retired now.
Yeah.
I don't even know who plays in the Germany squad that much anymore. I mean, I know Muller still does, but like I said, he's in his late 30s now.
Oh yeah.
You've got Leroy Sané for Germany.
That's the thing, though. Can they do it?
But he's
on
very
their own?
quiet. He doesn't do much. Like, I don't see much of Leroy Sané. Then it's like, in general, I don't see much of Germany. Like, I'd say 10 years ago, yeah. If, like, the 2010 World Cup, for example, when we played Germany in the World Cup back in South Africa, I wasn't, I mean, I remember it. I was still a kid, but I wasn't expecting, England do anything because of how well Germany were.
Yeah, but we played Germany in the Euros, didn't we? We beat them 2-0. Did we play them more recently?
No, I think Euros was the last time we played Germany.
Euros.
Yeah.
Okay, but even though we battered Germany, to be fair. There was a couple of shaky moments.
I mean, England are always going to have the shaky moments. I think we're known for having shaky moments where we're leading a game and we could kill the game off by getting an extra goal or two, and we just don't. It's like we hold out for the 1-0.
Yeah, but one thing about England, they always seem to take a while to get settled into the game.
Yeah, but once the thing is with England, once we're settled, we control the game then.
Yeah, we do. That was the thing about Wales, the game last night with Wales. We scored one, and that was it. We just carried on. But we got 2 in 2 minutes, and it was the same against Iran. It took us half an hour to start to get a first goal, and then as soon as we got that first goal, we were just whacking them in.
Yeah, I think it's like a lot of teams, so like United especially this season, they've taken forever to get settled in games, but once they are settled in the game, United dominate that game.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's just majority of how teams are.
Well, yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's just... But I've enjoyed watching England this tournament. I think they've played good football.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot. Before the Euros last year, I couldn't tell you a time where I watched England and actually enjoyed myself.
To be fair though, you've got in between the Euros and the World Cup, like the Nations League, we were terrible.
Yeah, but I think during the England v Wales game last night, one of the commentators said you can't judge England on the Nations League and the friendlies because if you look at recent form, like building up to this World Cup, England were on iffy form.
Yeah, because I went into this World Cup with no expectation because of how bad we'd been playing before the World Cup. So I didn't expect us to play as well as we have.
No, and I think the player that's impressed me the most for England has got to be Jude Bellingham.
Yeah, Bellingham.
Well,
You've got quite a few. You've got Bellingham, Foden, Rashford.
I think
Harry Kane though as well, to be fair, because you've got to think Harry Kane, he might not have been scoring, but when he's in that false when he drops into that false nine position, he makes things happen. Like yesterday, He got the assist for Foden. It was a great ball.
Yeah, I think it's because Harry Kane, ever since Conte's took over it to Tottenham, I think Harry Kane's become more of a false nine. He's more happy to hold up play, let the quicker players run in behind the line, and he finds that pass.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still a quality player, regardless. So I do think we'll go all the way, though. I really do, and I hope we do. Because imagine if we win the World Cup this year, it will go off.
Oh yeah, fully. Like, I was speaking to someone the other day at work. I said, "Listen, if England win the World Cup, I'm gonna have to book a few days off because I ain't coming home."
If it's coming home, I'm not.
Literally, if England bring it home, I will be celebrating to the maximum.
Yeah, well, I'll have to go in a minute because the baby's crying. But it's only been a short one. But your predictions for the game against Senegal?
Oh, mate, comfortable win. I say 3-0.
I can agree with that.
Like, I think Senegal have got what? Like, they've got no Mane now, so that's a big bonus to us. They've only got Koulibaly and Mendy, really, and Mendy hasn't been on great form at all.
Well, to be fair, I've seen nothing. I don't even think I've watched Senegal this World Cup.
I'm going. See, when I say Mendy hasn't been on great form, I haven't watched Senegal this tournament. I'm just basing him off his last couple of performances at Chelsea. So I can't really say much.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go 3-0. I'll have to go because the baby is crying. Yeah.
Oh, let's go, the baby.
Well, nice one for joining us today, Dwight. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one, guys.